Welcome everyone to another EduRise YouTube video. My name is Snalo Sabata. I am your English home language tutor here at EduRise. So now here guys at EduRise, we just wanted to remind you that we are running some sort of special where we invite learners to come and register for free. This is now for all the STEM subjects, so you can come and register for free until the 30th of this month. So on today's lesson, we are going to be looking at some literary terms. Now, literary terms are terms that are going to help you to analyze and, just try to figure out adverts, cartoons, and maybe some languages, and also some of your poems, right? So when we talk about literary terms, we're talking about like our figures of speech, things like that. So for today, we're just going to be looking at some of them, not all of them, but these are specifically going to help you with paper 1 and paper 2. So the first one we're going to be looking at is irony. Now, what do we mean when we talk about irony? Irony is a contrast between what is expected and what actually happens, right? So it implies the opposite of what is said. So one thing that I always the one hint that I always tell people, right, is when you're answering an irony question, you do it the way the second point is trying to show you now. You would expect something, but instead you get something else, and therefore humor is created by something else, right? So when we're talking about irony, we're also talking about when when the real situation is the opposite of how it is described, right? So, for instance, when you're looking at this example, this would be ironic because this is now a 24-hour fitness gym. You can see that, but they still have escalators on the sides and stairs in the middle. One would expect that in this kind of situation, people who are now going into the gym would be using the stairs instead of escalators because they're trying to get fit. So that is an example of what irony would be. So one would expect that members of this gym would be using the stairs in order to get fit, but the reality is that they're using escalators, maybe because now they're lazy, or maybe someone is like, maybe they just came from somewhere, so you're already tired but you still want to go to the gym. So this is also another example of irony. These are two people who are stranded in the middle of kind of nowhere. One is excited that they're getting a boat, but the other is excited that they see land. But what they don't know is that the reality is that they're now actually both stranded in the middle of nowhere. Right. So as we move on to the next slide, we have sarcasm. Now, when we talk about sarcasm, it is the use of irony to express contempt. So you're saying the opposite of what is meant with the intention of hurting someone. So you would say something with with some certain contempt. So you're saying it in a way that is meant to hurt the other person, right? Mm. So when we look at these examples, right, we see on the right hand side, right, you see someone who's relaxing. They have a cup of coffee on their table, but they also have their feet on their table. Now, there's another employee coming into the situation and they're saying, "Ooh, don't work too hard." So this is trying to give the idea that why are you relaxing when you actually should be working, right? And then on the left hand side, we're looking at Congratulations, you broke the code. If you press the elevator button 3 times after it's already been pressed, it goes into hurry mode. And this person goes, really? So now this lady is trying to give the idea that just because you press the elevator button too many times, it doesn't mean that the elevator is going to go faster. So you might as well just press it once, and it's just going to go at the same pace it's going to go at. So these are ideas of sarcasm. So you are trying to tell someone something with the intention of hurting them, with the intention of also trying to get them into, oh, maybe I shouldn't be doing this, so maybe let me not do it. Like, you see what I mean? So yeah. And then we move on to the next slide where we look at parody. Now, when we're looking at parody, parody imitates the manner and style of a serious work and applies it to a silly subject or makes another criticism, right? So, when we're looking at parody, the cartoonist usually imitates an original, and then they will show us how it is changed in order to create humor by playing on it, right? So they usually imitate or exaggerate a feature in order to create humor. So for instance, you'll see the two examples here. On the left hand side, we have the original um, Twilight movie, The Twilight Saga New Moon, and then here on the right hand side, we have the parody. So it's an imitation of the original. It's sort of like an exaggeration of the original movie. And then here we'll have the Mona Lisa on the right hand side. And then on the left hand side we have the La Monali Bean. So they're using now Mr. Bean by putting him onto Mona Lisa's pictures in order to create to create humor. And now we move on to satire. Now, satire is the use of wit, irony, or sarcasm in order to highlight, expose, or ridicule human, social, or political weaknesses, right? So satire is used for entertainment and education. So it kind of exposes humankind's weaknesses and foolishnesses, right? So although sometimes satire can be funny and witty, the purpose of it is not just to be funny, right? It's used to expose. Um, it's used to expose, educate, and to entertain through humor. So when we're looking at satire, we usually look at political figures who are often the subject of such satire, right? So yeah, we'll move on to the next slide. So let's see here at this example. Oh, so now here we have a park, right, in the background, but we have all these kids who are just on their phones. So how is satire now used here? So we look at the sign here that says children are playing. So how are children playing if they're not in the park? But they are busy on their cell phones, which means they are technically playing. But now satire is then used to say, caution, children are playing, but the children are just on their phones, right? So not only does this raise awareness about the caution, like the caution in order to keep away from the park, but it also raises awareness of caution, children are busy on their phones, so they might not be paying as much attention as they should be. And the next literary term we're going to look at are puns, right? So puns are a play on words that have similar or identical sounds but different meanings, right? So, for example, we'll say to write with a broken pencil is pointless. So the pun is on the word it can mean, but also, okay. So this creates humor because it highlights something, right? So for puns, when we look at this specific pun, it says to write with a broken pencil is pointless. So what this certain sentence is trying to tell us is that how can you write with a broken pencil, right? It is pointless because you're not gonna get anything done. So you're not gonna have any notes, you're not gonna, have anything. So when we look at an example, so when we're looking at this specific example, it says, hey guys, look, I'm a coffee break. Haha, get it? So obviously a coffee break means, a break in between certain things. So maybe if you're at work, you get like your coffee break and stuff. But for this one, this would be a pun because the coffee mug has broken in half and the coffee is on the floor. So it is on a coffee break, it is a coffee break. And then the next one is, can I help you? Okay, so can I help you? No, thanks, we're all sorted. So obviously this refers to the choice assorted. The candies have what they look like. So no, thanks, we're all sorted. We're all choice assorted. Yeah, I think we're gonna leave it there for now. So those are literally terms that you guys need to look at when you are, analyzing not only cartoons and adverts, but sometimes they also used in your poems for paper two, and also in your, novels or Shakespeare's. So yeah. Also remember, guys, don't not forget about the special that we have here at EduRise, which is running from now up until the 30th, right? And also, um, for English home language, we will be here with you guys on YouTube every single Thursday, right? So for every single Thursday, we will be here with you guys. If you guys have any questions, just drop them down in the comment section, and we'll try to, engage with everyone. Yeah, so that's it for today's quick lesson. I hope to hear from you guys.